What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and in this video I'd like to talk about the near-term prospects of altcoins and how we are likely to go up. We're going to use the charts. We're going to be looking at these charts here and using them to hopefully provide us a clear path forward of our expectations for what altcoins should be doing. If that sounds good to you, hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. Again, the purpose of this video, to just put it in one kind of sentence, is that we're doing some general altcoin market analysis. Okay, price predictions and everything, what we can expect the average altcoin to do over the coming days and weeks. Okay, so here we are looking at the stable.c.d chart, right? This is the crypto stablecoins dominance chart. And this is relatively new, right? This chart only came into existence, I think, in May of 2025. So it's a relatively new chart. But there is some consistencies that we can attribute to this and the altcoin markets, okay? I'd like to compare this chart now to others. Others is the crypto total market cap excluding the top 10 coins. So it's the top 125 coins excluding the top 10, okay? New price scale, put that on here. And then we're going to logarithmic it, and we're going to make it, we're going to put this one on top and we'll put this one on bottom. Okay, so we'll do it like this. If you notice, maybe you've already noticed, there's a direct inverse correlation with these, right? Do you notice this? Can you see it, right? Here we are at a relative low point. Here we are at a relative high point. Here we are at a relative high point. Here we are at a relative low point. As we begin to phase down the altcoins, and again, what's this blue line here? This is the other chart. It's what the average altcoin's doing. This is our altcoin index, where this is our stablecoin dominance index, essentially, right? Whenever stablecoins are moving down, when stablecoins are losing dominance, altcoins are moving up. We're seeing a direct inverse relationship here. And we could think of this logically because imagine instead of US dollars, you're on whatever exchange you're using and you're selling out for USDT or USDC or whatever it might be because it's cheaper than just exchanging for dollars, right? And then you have your USDC, your USDT, your stable coins. And then as soon as you sell those, what are you selling them for? You're not withdrawing them, you're selling them for cryptos. So your stablecoin dominance goes down, your crypto dominance goes up, right? We can literally see it. Every time stablecoin dominance goes down, the altcoins rally. They go down, they rally. They go down, we rally. We go up, we dump. That's how it goes, okay? So understanding that relationship is vital in this analysis because, hold on, because what just happened? That's not what I meant to do. I'm sorry. Because we're going to delete all the lines now. Now we're just going to use this chart because here I believe we are at a point where we are about to see the dominance come down in the stablecoins. So stablecoin dominance is about to come down. And I have proof, or maybe some suggestive proof at least. We have evidence of that to suggest that, right? Here, the RSI getting a double top. Double tops in the RSI are powerful signals, you guys, and typically they do promote decay, right? We had a double top back here. Look at this, right? 1, 2, double top right there. They're not perfect, right? This high is slightly lower, a slightly lower high, but overall still a double top. And what did you do? You had a very large downtrend here. Altcoins in that time, from June of this year until July, had a good time. They moved up, right? Here we have a double top as well at the overbought. So typically you either get overbought or you don't. And these rejections here, 2 in a row like this, make me think that we likely will see the RSI come back down. Now, does that mean that we get into the oversold zone? Maybe. Does it mean that we find a higher low and then we come back up here and try again? Maybe. But I am expecting that we will revert back below the 60, back below this 50, coming down somewhere around here, if not lower, and altcoins over the coming days, this is the daily time frame, should get a move up because of it, okay? So we have not bearish divergence necessarily, but a double top with higher highs as far as closing price goes. I would call that bearish divergence to some degree, right? The stochastics here are, to be fair, they are pointed upwards. And with that, maybe there is some growth in the stablecoin markets that are going to come. And if that happens, we could see a drop in altcoins as well. Because if people are selling their altcoins, they're probably selling for stablecoins or US dollars, right? Stablecoin dominance going up is not typically good for altcoin development. But, you know, if we turn around here, if we do find resistance here, I think that'd be nice to see. Let's see if we've done that at all. Throughout your whole life for stablecoins, we actually have not turned around here. So perhaps I misread this with the RSI at first. Perhaps we do get another move up, a little shakeout across the board in altcoins. We might move up a little bit more, and then we move down. But you can find turbulence here just because you haven't done it before. I mean, you have a very short existence of a life here, so you very well could find turbulence here. It's possible. We look at the MACD, bullish overall, hard to be bearish here, but you are setting up for bearish divergence, that's for sure. That divergence would only come in if we move up higher. Looking at this on the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame here, Stochastics are overbought, likely going to come down. The RSI, now here's what makes me think we're going to move down over the coming days, is that the RSI is in a bit of a downtrend, right? We have lower lows and lower highs here. And we're actually at that high range right now, right at the 60, a point to reject. So I would think that that's what we do. We probably do come down and reject. That's my thoughts at least. The stochastics being overbought, you can come down as well. That would promote days of decay in this chart, which would likely promote days of growth in the others chart. And the MACD here, while you are bouncing off the zero, you're kind of wrestling. You're neutral. I wouldn't weigh too much on that so far. I think that it makes sense from here, looking at the RSI and the stochastics, we're at areas where it makes sense to come down. So the coming days hopefully will be bearish, and that should confirm that we are in fact rejecting this area on the stochastics, which if we get below the 50, we take out that low, I would think it's inevitable that we do go to the oversold zone. So I'm hoping that the coming days actually are red for stablecoin dominance, which would again promote growth in the others chart, the altcoin markets themselves, right? Looking at this here on the weekly, there's not really much to go off of on the weekly because it's so new. Maybe the 3-day time frame. We're right at the overbought zone, right at a point to reject, to be fair. Stochastics do look bearish, to be fair. And the MACD's bullish, but I don't know. Whatever. 2 bearish ones versus one bullish one is not enough in my opinion. The others chart now, shifting into this, if we are to see recovery in the altcoin markets, if we are to see some movements up, what might we expect to see? Right? Well, I would think, from a high here to not the fake out low, not the scam wick low, but to this low here that we saw on the 17th, I would think that the average altcoin probably reverts back to whatever this golden ratio zone is. So we should see something from this current price up here, a relevant move that is something on the lines of like 20% or more for the average altcoin. That's what I'm seeing happen between now and the end of this month of October. I think the markets as a whole, altcoins as a whole, will get a move up. We will see movement toward a $295 to $300 billion market cap. That is our golden ratio zone there, and that should reflect a 24 to 20% increase across the board for altcoins. So whatever you're holding in the top 100, the top 200, we should get a nice move up, I think, should being the keywords between now and the end of this month. I think just looking at this overall as a chart, the others chart here, we do have higher lows, right? We're actually at a low point within this range that we've been accumulating in since really since April. Yes, we're below the trend line, but who cares? It's really not a big deal. Typically, actually, whenever you're below these lines, it's the best time to buy. Here, I'll prove it to you. Let's just see. Let's do this real quick, okay? I hope that I'll prove it to you. From here, we connect this low here, trend line. Look at that. Look at that. It's perfect. Best time to buy, right below the trend line. I would equate this exactly on a larger scale, nonetheless, but still, I would equate that exact thought to what we're doing here. We're right here. We're right here. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing. And that's not a fluke. Let's actually go over this again. Let's even do it from a resistance point, right? From a high point here, you come down. Where would the best time to sell have been? Right there, right above the trend line. And then we came down. Now, if you sold here and you didn't buy back in, you would have missed this rally, but a great time to sell. Maybe not, if you bought over here, this is not the best time to sell. But if you're playing off this trend line, imagine you bought down here and you're playing off this trend line, we break out of it. Most people get excited where you're like, nope, it's time to sell. Right? It's a good point to sell right there. The best time to buy, again, we take this trend line, we go down diagonally. Where's the best time to buy? It's below the trend line, not above it. Most people panic. They freak out whenever we break these trend lines, and really you should be buying. You should not be panicking. And again, I think we can see that with the stablecoin chart. I think we see that here with the others chart as well. Daily time frame, we have bullish divergence. Stochastics are at an area to bounce. Bullish divergence on the daily MACD. The whole shebang, everything looks good, prepped and ready to go. If we do what I think we're going to do, we should at least see a 20% move. And if I'm wrong, it's only because we saw a more explosive move than what I'm giving the altcoin markets credit for. Maybe what we're doing here is we're getting set up for some kind of BART pattern, in which case we just rip through the roof and we actually go back up to screw 300 billion. We're actually going to like 340 billion or more. We could see a 30% move or more by the end of this month. It's very possible, but I'm thinking something more on the lines of 20 to 25%. I don't really have anything else that I want to say. Altcoins, I think, look fine here. I think that we are really at the base area of this overall trend that we've been in for a very long time, actually, and we are soon to revert back to the upside, in which case we will break out of this consolidation phase and see new all-time highs across the board going into the end of this year and going into the months that follow. I've got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Take care of yourselves, and just prepare, right? I know things might be shaky now. Bitcoin's kind of shaky. A lot of coins are red right now, but just be patient. We're almost there. We're almost at a point where I think the whole market is about to get a serious lift. We just have to I really think wait like a week. Wait a week or so going into the end of this month. It should be good, and then November itself will also be really good as well. Take care. See you on the next one. Hit the like button. Bye bye.